Right here is good. Closer to me. In case I need to come over and slap you. Okay, we've got Tony Stewart with us. He drives the number 14 Office. Just pick a number? No, I can't do that with you. Number 14 Office Depot Chevrolet for Stewart Haas Racing. Comes in here 11th in points. And Tony, talk about your outlook racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway this weekend.
I like to be here. This is definitely a driver's track, and that's why we love coming to Atlanta. It's I'm with Carl here. I snuck in during his deal, but I hope they never repave it. It's that'll be the one thing that'll kill it. If they have to repave it, it's out of necessity, not because of desire from us. But that's what makes this place fun, is the fact that you're going to move around from the bottom to the top every segment of the race. You're going to have to at some point move around and try to find a spot to make your car better. So that's what makes it so much fun being here.
Questions for Tony? Raise your hand and we'll call on you. Who's got a question for Tony? We're right here. Rusty got one, and then Mark. Right here.
Rusty Ball and NASCAR Media Group. I'm looking ahead. Question, though, about Martinsville. It used to be known as being hot and fumes and just tough on drivers. And has technology and racing and progression of just the technology of the sport, has that changed, or is Martinsville still that tough, hot, humid type race?
Well, it's still hot and humid, but the good thing is that the air systems that we have. I mean, NASCAR has worked with some of the NASA groups and got the carbon filters that help take the CO out of the air. So it's, even on days when you knock the crush panels out of the car, you're a lot safer in there than we used to be on CO levels. So that's something that we're appreciative of. But other than that, it's really not as bad, I mean, in draining as it used to be. I mean, cars are better insulated. Obviously with a carbon fiber seat, you're insulated from the heat a lot better. So it takes some of those variables out of the equation now.
Go ahead, Reagan. Right here to your far right.
Hi, I'm on the floor. Okay.
Reagan, why are you on the floor?
Because I want to see you, so I can see you.
I'm not even going to repeat that. Go ahead.
Okay. This is
it's already started, so.
I know. Okay. A lot of some of the drivers have embraced that kind of Hollywood lifestyle. They get places in Manhattan, wear designer jeans, and they even have their own colognes. But you seemingly have just stayed Tony. You kind of wear just regular jeans. You wear the same black tennis shoes all the time. You're building a log cabin in Columbus, Indiana. I guess, how have you not got caught up in the lifestyle, so to speak?
I'll be honest, I don't know. I mean, I'm just being me, I guess, from a certain standpoint. But, I have to send girlfriends out to go shop for me because I can't even tell you what the current clothes are. I have to send somebody to do it for me to where I don't look like I'm stuck in the 80s anymore. So that's the only shot I got at looking current, is to send somebody else to go do it for me. But I'll be honest, I enjoy being home. I guess I'm just one of those people that, whether it's been racing, it's pretty much been every aspect of my life. I've just kind of been me from day one, and I've always stayed that way. I don't have the desire to do all that other stuff.
Just a follow-up. Is it true that you have all Indiana companies building that log cabin house?
We tried to get as many Indiana companies as we could to build it. It was, when we sat in initial meetings, it was really important to me to try to get as many companies that the builder was comfortable with down at Columbus in particular to try to help out. So, we've tried to stay as close to home as we could with every aspect of it.
Question in the back. Let's go with Mark, and then we'll go right here.
Mark Harrell, PRN. Tony, a number of drivers been asked today about the safer barriers at Bristol. They trumpet the fact it's safer for the drivers, but everybody knows they're trying to narrow up the racetrack and try to create a little more fender-to-fender kind of thing. What's your thoughts on that whole thing?
The wall's still where the wall's at. We'll see it when we're out there, so we always the good thing about us as drivers, after all these years of doing this, doesn't matter where they put it, we have to stay a fraction of an inch off of it and use every bit up to it. So it won't. I mean, I'm sure it's going to make a difference. There's no doubt about it. I mean, we all use every bit of room that we can get there anyway. So it'll make the exits of the corners a little tighter, but I think the racing will still be good there because of it.
Do you think it will increase any kind of accidents and things like that between you guys, or no?
Nah, like I said, they paint them so you can see them, so that'll help us. Sorry, I had to say it that way. It wouldn't be me if I didn't. So,
Right here in the middle. Go ahead.
Tony, Jonathan Ingram, RacingToday.com. Ryan Newman has said he thinks we'll see more side drafting when we go to a blade-type spoiler. What are your thoughts? Do you think we'll see more side drafting with the blade spoiler than with the wing?
you definitely asked the right guy with Ryan, because he's an engineer. He'll know. I won't know till we get in them. I'm not smart enough to know what it's going to do. It'll be just from experience once we get in the cars. I'm not really. I don't know that I'll be a good one to prejudge it by. But the good thing is once we start, we'll know right away what works better that way.
Could you also just describe what side drafting is from your perspective?
When you've seen geese flying in the air and they get in that V, that's really what it's like. I mean, if you're the guy that's off 45 degrees, you're actually the closer you can get. It's pulling your car forward and pulling their car backward. But the tricky part is once it pulls you ahead of them, then all of a sudden you've switched roles. So it's knowing how close to stay to a guy and when to get off of him.
Other questions for Tony? Anybody?
Cool.
Wow. Okay, Tony, thank you. Good luck this weekend. Appreciate it.